This video is going to explain the solo prophecy ultimatum adept loot farm every 10 minutes solo. So let's go through the details. Part 1, build information. Part 2, a couple of things about important things about the weapons from prophecy. And then part 3, the run explained. And it's a very safe run as well. It's not too difficult to pull off. So first and foremost, you need a checkpoint. The checkpoint, you'll know if you've got the checkpoint if you've got that node there. Okay, so this is the desert area. To get to the desert area, you need to have beaten the open encounter and the first boss in prophecy on Ultimatum. Couple of options for you. Here are your options. Number 1, you get a team, you do the open encounter and the first boss. You then get to the desert area and then you keep the checkpoint for the next 1 to 2 weeks. You do it like that. I don't recommend you solo it. It's going to be too difficult for most people to solo it. It is possible to solo Ultimatum prophecy first boss and first encounter, but I'm recommending you probably shouldn't need to do that. Your next option is to grab a checkpoint off somebody. The desert area is what you want, the wasteland checkpoint. Go on to Legacy Fireteam app and search for it. Your next option is this. Maybe ask in my Discord if people have the wasteland checkpoint. I may give this checkpoint out to some Discord users so that they can spread the checkpoints to other people so that you can farm it. I haven't done that yet. It's just a thought off the top of my head so that people can just get the checkpoint and farm this either solo or fire team. Because this way of farming, you're going to be able to do it for the next 1 to 2 weeks. It's the same as Ghost of the Deep, although there's a little bit more asked of you to do this farm. So let's look at the modifiers. Now you've had that, let's talk modifiers. So you've got Ultimatum mode. You've got regeneration is impaired attrition. You really need to think about this mod. Attrition is very difficult on Ultimatum difficulty to have attrition on there, but that's fine, we can counter it. Then you've got these other mods. Not swap is on, obviously. What else is on? Randomized Banes, Galvanized. What else have we got? When defeat, powerful take and spawn blights. Yep, that can kill you because of attrition. And it says about shielded foes. There's not many shielded foes in this. All right, so you've had the mods. So the main thing to take away from the mods is attrition. So let's go into the build. I highly recommend if you're going to solo farm this, a Titan is the best way to go. However, if you're going to fire team farm, then any character is fine for you. This is what I recommend, and it's a very safe. It might look weird, but it is definitely not weird at all. It's very good. So I ran Fists of Havoc, Rally Barricade, Seismic Strike, Pulse Grenade, Aspects with Storm's Keep, Knockout. These fragments were Spark of Shock, Resistance, Discharge, Frequency. Now I'm pairing that with my Land Tank Crest of Alpha Lupi build. It is very favourable to run Crest of Alpha Lupi in this because of attrition. I even have a clip where I nearly die and pop a crest, barricade and survive. Don't believe what people tell you about Crest. It is a very, very good exotic in the game because of this season. Okay, let's talk weapons. Fawn will pierce blights. Fawn is very, very good for bolt charge builds as well. So it's good for single target damage, add clear, and blight damage. It's very good for wasteland encounter. Any fusion, I just had this random fusion on. Any fusion you want, but a fusion's nice for blight damage as well. And just for some, phalanxes and some knights and stuff like that. So any fusion you want. You could even run a shotgun, to be honest. That slot is open for interpretation, but I do want you to use Fawn. Now you can use Le Monarch, but Le Monarch's just not as good for blight damage. It's good on single target damage, but you don't need it. No need for Le Monarch in this at all. I've actually done tests comparing Le Monarch to Fawn, and Fawn's just better for this encounter. Although I will say it's got unrelenting, so you get health back, so that's nice. If you're in a fire team, maybe have a user use Le Monarch, then yeah. Finally, Temptation's Hook. The reason why Temptation Hook is so good is because you've got a mod called Power of Ambition. This mod adds blight rounds to the weapon and increases bolt charge stacks. You can also run instead Wheelbreaker munitions. I believe this is a 15% buff against taken enemies and dread enemies. I think it's 15. I can't mind if it's 15 or 20. I think it's 15%. But I think Power of Ambition's the way to go because you get more bolt charge stacks. So you want a caster frame sword. In short, it really doesn't matter too much for you on the caster frame sword, but Temptation's Hook, I've been told by people, is one of the best caster frame swords in the game. You roll, I mean, I've got this roll here. Again, I haven't done too much testing with Temptation's Hook this season, so just a caster frame sword will do you well. But if you use Temptation's Hook, you have a chance to put a taker mod in it. And it's very good. Honestly, it's unbelievable how strong it is. Here's some armor mods. There'll be a dim link anyways, so don't worry about that. Here's the artifact mods. Artifact mod loyalists, here they are. It doesn't matter what you run, really, honestly. There's a lot of artifact mods I could have run instead. What you need to realise is, what's important is flashover, defib blast, limit break. Also go from lead's kind of good. So, you know, I mean, I haven't got void weapons on, but it doesn't matter. The key components on the artifact mods are on. I'm not respeccing the damn artifact every time I do something. And I'm not explaining every single damn mod to you as well. I'm getting questions about that. I had an argument with a guy the other day about artifact mods. Wouldn't you believe it again? I have been covering the artifact now for 6 months. If I have another argument with one of you about this, I'm going to tell you where to go, seriously. I am going to just tell you where to go about that. To the players that have followed me for a long time, you know I've been explaining the artifact mod. I've been explaining the artifact mod more than anyone else ever. Name one person who's explained the artifact more than me. Can't name him. Can't name him. So yeah, those are what the critical artifact mods are. Put them on. Okay, so once you've got that set up, you've got your checkpoint. What you're going to do is you're going to just do the run, get the chest, and then go to orbit, and then, well, you can just kill yourself, actually, and then redo the run like that. Thing is, though, if you kill yourself with a rocket or something, it means you lose the ammo. So you're better off, I mean, it's up to you. It doesn't really matter, honestly. You've got the checkpoint. It's a 10-minute farm. We don't need to fight over details. Right, now's the next thing, is some of the weapons. Prophecy weapons have raid quality perks on them. So where is it? Paracausal Affinity. This is a superior perk to Frenzy. It's an insane perk, and you're getting a chance this week, next few weeks, to get primaries with Paracausal Affinity on them, and you can get a shotgun on with it as well. Now, we are going to be getting Overload. We're going to get some mods for auto rifles and pulse rifles and stuff. And hand cannons. There is a good pulse, there's a good auto rifle, and there's a good hand cannon from Prophecy. The roll that you see here is the absolute goated best roll on Prosecutor. Don't need Vault Shot. You have Vault Shot weapons already. This is the end game auto rifle, best auto rifle. Roll on Prosecutor, Attrition Orbs, and Paracausal Affinity. If you mention any other roll at all, I'll write you down on the naughty list. I remember your name and I'll be like, yep, that guy Derek, on the 5th of June, right? It's not even the 5th of June, lads. Whatever date it is, yeah, he advised target lock on Prosecutor and he got it wrong. Paracausal Affinity is a raid quality perk. Why would you not want the raid perk? Attrition Orbs is an endgame. The mod only gets better. This perk only gets better when you're in endgame content. Attrition Orbs is goated. It's unbelievably strong. So that's why you want Attrition Orbs, Paracausal on Prosecutor. This is a perfect weapon for Arc Titans. Titan mains should be chasing this roll. I wouldn't be just sounding so serious. I'm very serious right now. You need this auto rifle with this roll. Farm it up. The other weapons are goated as well. Relentless. This roll goes really hard. Slice, Paracausal. Man, this roll goes hard. You've got the shotgun with double perks. You can get 1-2 punch trench barrel on it. That's OP, That's OP. You've got Judgment. Now, Judgment comes with Paracourse as well. I haven't got a God roll on it, but Judgment's a very good hand cannon as well. And it's Stasis Weapon. Remember next season with Stasis Weapons? So yeah, that's just a couple of mentions about some weapons. And I've mentioned the build here, so on with the run. So as you're loading, you're going to start at the back of the map. You could call it front, it's up to you, but you're going to load in there. The first invisible Minotaur is in front of you. You need to kill him. Follow the process, trust the process. There are 4 invisible Minotaurs, and there is 1 boss. 4 mini bosses, 1 boss. That's mini boss number 1 killed. Mini boss number 2 is in the middle of the map. You are going to seek out all the Minotaurs and kill them. If you don't, they become a problem later on. Even you do this. It's much better to do this, and you build up super energy. So we're going to do some caster frame damage. It does massive damage in combination with bolt charges because of power ambition, like I explained, with the mod, with the blight rounds, and you just melt the Minotaurs. Then the third Minotaur is going to be at the left-hand side of the map. Well, right, it depends on how you're looking at it, dude. Just follow on screen. It's easiest for me just to say, follow it on screen. The third Minotaur is near where the secret chest is. So there's the chest, but bear in mind the chest, you cannot farm the chest, the secret chest. That can only be done once, and if you picked it up on Eternity, then it's claimed. Do you understand the secret chests? You can only get 2 secret chests per week. Final Minotaur is there. Now, this is like at an exit. Now the boss is different. The boss is not in Viz, and he's more darker in colour. You'll be immune as well. So you cannot do damage to the boss, but you will damage the boss at the end. Right, once you've killed all your Minotaurs, then it's blight damage. Very easy to find the blights. There is a RNG element to where the blights may be. I think there's 4 different locations where blights can be. But you're going to use a super because you've got it to use, and you may as well. Let's get rid of what you've got. It can be either knights, goblins, or phalanxes. If it is those goblins, they fire the void orbs. They need to be taken care of. To be honest with you, you want to take care of most ads. Then what you're going to do, once you've done your super, is use your fusion and your sword to take down blights. You can also just play it safer than this and use Fawn Look. Fawn will penetrate blight damage. Blights. There's an orb in middle. This is the mechanic with Toland. You follow the orb. Now, like I say, the fusion's pretty good. I didn't even have Pikel on. But I recommend Limit Break anyways. The fusion's just for utility. It's not for damage. Your damage is from the sword and from Fawn and Ball Charge. Your fusion is just a utility weapon to whip out, do some damage to some ads, or some blight damage, assistive damage. Say you're low and heavy, well then you use the fusion. You know, and vice versa. Snipers need to be prioritised. They will kill you fast in this. Look, 1 shot broke my shields. So this might look easy, but I know what I'm doing. The boss is behind me. The boss will TP on your location. So you've got to be careful about that. Now we've got blights. We've got the purple blights from the goblins. I have no super. So this is where Fawn's power comes in. Because you can take a relaxed way of doing this and just pitch up somewhere. Crest Alpha Lupi will heal you. Remember, there's no health regen in this. Not in the traditional sense. Although killing the ads drops attrition orbs, you pick them up. So it's in your benefit to kill ads. To a degree. Yeah? Like I say, this is a 10-minute farm. You could get it down to 5. If you wanted to play really risky, you could probably do it in 5 minutes. Yes. But I think for more newer casual players, they're going to die, and it's a waste of time for them to do that. Better to just run a safe build like this and just get their clears in 10 minutes. So we use a super again. Now we're going to use it for blight damage and ads. Now there are infinite waves of ads. The boss will spawn in. captains, and invisible goblins. Now I get weak here. Look at this. Where are those Crest of Alpha haters at? Look at that. Did you see that health? I read a Reddit post about Crest of Alpha, how it was terrible. People were saying. And that they would never consider this for PvE. What? Nah. No. I don't go by traditional standards. I don't go by what people say. I just do things as I do them. Because if you're going to test something, test it yourself. Seriously, if you're going to test something, test it yourself. Sometimes it's got to be like that. Because if you listen to people, they have you all over the shop. If you go on Reddit and say, hi, I'm a new Arc Titan. What exotics can I use? They won't advise you Lupi. They won't advise you on everything. They'll just tell you the common sense stuff. The general knowledge stuff. That's no good. Start new players on a good spot. By telling them everything. Not just, oh, well, I think you should run this. I think you should use hazardous propulsion. Say, why do you need hazardous propulsion on? For this, for example, no need for hazardous propulsion. Hazardous propulsion has its place in its game, and you use it when you need to use it. Each exotic has its place in its game, and the skill is finding out when you should use this exotic over that exotic. When should you be T-crashing? When should you not be T-crashing? When should you use Curious? When should you use Simfo's Fist of Havoc? All this stuff is managed on an activity by activity basis. Now look at what Fawn's doing here. Fawn is multitasking all the blights. Like I say, these ads hit hard. They really do. And I think this Fawn strat is going to be nice for people just to pop on. Not only that, it does massive damage to Minotaurs. It's doing what Ultimatum does, but better because of blight damage on this encounter. Ultimatum will not pierce blights. It does in GMs, but it doesn't here, and that's weird. I don't know why that is. In Sunless Cell, Ultimatum does pierce blights. Although it's a little bit of bug. It's bugged a little bit, and it shows damage number, but doesn't do the actual damage number it shows. That's more of a complicated issue. I'll leave that for another time. But yeah, I recommend Fawn for this reason, look. But, like I say, the sword is very good as well. Temptation's Hook, 2 shots blights. Sometimes it 1-shots the blights. So when you're playing aggressive as well, you can just go in with the sword, heavy attack, and then move to the next blight. A tip as well is to rally. Go to a public event on a planet, rally, so you get full ammo, and then load this up. You will start the encounter with full ammo. So for example, go to EDZ, rally a public event, that gives full special and full heavy. You will then load up Ultimatum, Desert, Wasteland CP, and you have full ammo. So it'll actually make you run a little bit quicker. I actually didn't do that on this run, but I did do it on the run before. Because obviously I've been farming it a little bit, not too much. I've only done about 4 or 5 runs. But my main goal was to like sort of get a video out first. Because getting the video out there for me is more important than me farming it. I'm going to farm it anyways. I've already got Prosecutor. I've already got the God Roll for Prosecutor. So now I just need to work on Judgment and work down the list. We've got a super. I'm just going to use it because I'll get it back. So the last zone, there's 3 sets of blights. The last zone, the boss will spawn in and he's damageable. Now, depending on your area, pick a place where you can pitch up. Look at this. I over jumped there. That's fine. So look, we can get up somewhere high. Each zone has somewhere high. And then you're going to use your caster frame sword and fall. And look at that damage. This is Ultimatum, by the way, as well. Look at the damage. So yeah, you're just going to keep cycling between caster frame sword and fawn. And you're going to keep barricading. Crest of Loop, I will heal you. Look, I get weak. Boom. See, bolt charges do heal you. But if you're not using a void weapon, you get less class abilities. So at the back end of a second barricade will just about heal you as somebody's trying to kill you. Yeah, that's how deep I'm going into this. It's not just, oh, just stick on this mod, just do this. No, I'm talking about playback loops and stuff. On exact. Not just vague. I don't do vague. Exact details. Because that's what will get people success. not vague. The more vague someone is, the less likely a viewer will be able to follow the video. But look, I get the chest. You will then wipe or reset CP, and then you can farm like this. Hope you enjoy. Thank you.